Hey YouTube, it's Jonathan, and today I'm filming a YouTube Made Me Do It video, which is basically a collection of products that I have purchased because of watching YouTube and seeing people use them in videos, and they all piqued my interest and I ended up purchasing them. So I am going to get into this, okay, well, there it goes, this large box of stuff. I've tried to use as many of these products on my face as possible today so that you can get an idea of what they look like and how they perform. So I will be splicing in clips of me using as many of them as I can, and what I haven't used on my face I will swatch for you so you can see absolutely everything that I talk about, and maybe this will make you buy some things too, or make you not buy some things, because there are definitely some things I don't care for in here. Let's start with concealer, because I've got quite a few things to talk about in that concealer category. The first one I'm going to mention is the Fit Me concealer from Maybelline, which I have 4 of right here. 3 of these are the shade 10 and 1 of these is the shade 15. Why I have 3 of the same shade, I do not know. At one point in time, this was something I had in my desk drawer, I had in my kit, I had in my travel bag, so I kind of had one everywhere, and 10 is the color that I use most of the year, and then I have 15, which is even lighter, which I use more for highlighting or in the dead of winter when I'm absolutely at my palest. This concealer is everything. It's like $7 or $8 at the drugstore. It's so cheap. If you don't have a good concealer and you're looking for one, I would definitely try this out. This I've seen so many people use. I think I've seen Tati use it. I know I've seen Lisa Eldridge use it. I feel like every YouTuber has used this. This was what people were using as the drugstore alternative to the concealer I'm going to talk about next, which is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This had a bit of a heyday on YouTube for quite a while. I feel like every single person was using this. I know Lily Pebbles and Viviana Does Makeup were both using this for a while. I feel like Tanya Burr has used this. Everybody has used this concealer. I have these in the shade Vanilla Light 2 and Custard Medium 1, and I again use them for either different parts of my face or different times of the year. I feel like I definitely use Vanilla more than Custard, because Custard is just a little bit dark. I tend to use this one more or less just in the summer after I've had a tan. These I also have doubles of in my kit because they are amazing. High coverage, but I don't think they get cakey. I feel like some people do think they get cakey. But I just, a thin layer and you've got it. Next, I've got the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser, and this is that one with the weird little puffy sponge on it. I have it in the shade Brightener Illuminator and in Fair. So I use these, again, the Brightener for more highlighting, the Fair more or less just around the eye area. And this is amazing. This is one of those concealers you can get away without using foundation. You can just use that in areas that you need it. I think that I've seen Ingrid Nilsson use this. I know that I have seen, I watched someone just use, Karima McKimmey use this in a video the other day. Estee Lalonde has used this before. Just one of those things you see people use and I just had to have, and I didn't know what to buy. I bought Brightener Illuminator first, which is definitely not the right choice for concealing because it is just pink. And the Fair is actually like close to my skin tone. I want to get the neutralizer one because they have a yellow one as well, which I feel like will be really good for kind of redness around the nose and brightening under the eye before you use the actual concealer or any other concealer for that matter. But yeah, these are excellent. They have a foundation like that as well, which I kind of am interested to try, but I don't have very good luck with drugstore foundations. The last one is the Touche Eclat from YSL. Tanya Burr has used this, and I feel like everyone else has used this at one time or another. This is not quite as much a concealer as it is a brightener. I use it sort of on days where I want a no makeup look because it just brightens the area without being cakey or heavy or looking like too much. And I will use this sort of in this whole center of my face area to lift shadows and to just even out the skin tone naturally. And what you saw me blending all of those products in with in those clips is the Beauty Blender. This is definitely probably the #1 biggest YouTube Made Me Do It product. I have gone through like 6 of these in the past 2 years since I've started using it. I definitely don't use this every single day. I used to when I first got it, and I probably would use it more often if I thought about it more often. But I do my makeup back here at the desk and not in my bathroom anymore like I used to in my old house. So I don't really think to like get up and go to the bathroom and get it wet and bring it back. But when I was doing my makeup in the bathroom, it was like my every single day. Like, I'm not even gonna list off the amount of YouTubers who use this. Literally, if you think of a YouTuber, they've probably used this. Couldn't film a YouTube Made Me Do It video without mentioning Airspun by Coty. Tati made me do this, and I'm thankful. This is naturally neutral. I don't use this every single day. I don't use this actually very often at all, but when I want my makeup to go on and be full coverage and not move or budge or anything, this is the one to do it. I use this every single Halloween. I use this in all of my Halloween tutorials, and I will use this when I know that I'm going to be out from like 7 a.m. to midnight and I really need that makeup to stay on. I put this under my eyes and sort of like baked with it. I didn't leave it on for much time at all, but this is a really good powder for baking because it just like it just does the thing. I also have a couple of Hourglass Ambient Lighting powders. I have the shades Dim Light and Diffused Light. Dim Light is a little bit darker, more beigey and kind of peachy, and this one I use more around the edges of my face or in the summer. It's a little bit dark for me in the winter. And then I have Diffused Light, which is more of a light iridescent yellowy white powder. This is great for setting under the eyes, for illuminating around the eye area. And I can't even mention the amount of YouTubers who have used this. I feel like everyone has used these also in variant shades. I know Makeup by Tiffany D, is that her YouTube name? And countless other people. This is literally like powder crack. These are so good. I want every single shade. I really want to try the blushes and bronzers. I haven't gotten my hands on those. I know that everyone has talked about them, and the blushes have really high ratings and reviews, but for some reason I just haven't gotten around to trying them out. Possibly because I have over 30 blushes in my collection, which is absurd. The last powder I'm going to talk about is my absolute holy grail. This is Chanel Le Beige in the shade number 10. I was first introduced to this by Viviana Does Makeup's channel. She has this in that picture. If you watch her channel, you know the picture I'm talking about that has all of her like high-end makeup laid out. It's like the background of her blog, or it was. Is it still? Anyways, this is in that picture, and I was interested. I saw her use it in a few videos. I saw a few other people use it in videos, and I picked it up one day, and I've never looked back. I bought a Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick on recommendation of Tanya Burr and Tati. This is in the shade Pink Quartz. I bought this color because I like to use it sort of as a blush and as a highlighter. It's sort of pinky bronzy, and I think it's really pretty. I've got 3 brow products to talk about. The first one is the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Blonde. I purchased this after seeing just a few people use it. I thought it was such a cool concept that it was waterproof and it was gonna last. And it's okay. It's not my favorite brow product in the world. I use it occasionally, and sometimes I'll even actually use it as an eyeshadow base when I'm doing sort of a khaki kind of look, but it's definitely not my absolute favorite product in the world. It's just not the right brow product for me. I prefer a pencil. I also have another gel type product. This is the Makeup Forever Aqua Brow. This I do like. I have to be very careful and sparing with it. It can get a little bit out of control very easily if I'm not careful and I don't use a small enough brush, but it is waterproof, which makes it fabulous. And the last one I have to talk about is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This everyone was talking about as a great alternative to the Anastasia, my brain, it's gone. The Anastasia Brow Wiz, and it's a pretty good dupe. It's not exactly the same texture-wise, and I love the Anastasia Brow Wiz. It was my holy grail brow pencil for quite a while, and that is probably something that I should have included in this video, but I don't have one on hand because I don't use that product anymore. But this is just a little bit softer in texture than the Brow Wiz is. But I've since moved on to new brow products. Oh, and I forgot to mention a brow product. This is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper Brow Gel Mascara, and I no. I stopped using it for a while, and I just pulled it out for this video, and I put it on, and no. I've got 4 eye products to talk about. The most recent purchase would be the Rimmel London Millionaire eyeshadow from their Magnifies collection. I saw Sam Chapman from Pixie Woo use this in 2 videos, or she used it in one and talked about it in another. And I was like, okay, I need that. And it is just a beautiful sort of bronzy shade. I'll try and include this in a tutorial soon because I really like this color. And yeah, I mean, it's not like the most revolutionary eyeshadow in the world. It's just a single eyeshadow and the texture is good. I wouldn't say it's like Lorac Pro, but it is, I mean, it's really great for a drugstore shadow, and I think it was like $2.50 or $3.50, which is like a bargain, and I enjoy that quite a bit. Another one that I really like, if I could open this, another one that I really like comes from L'Oreal. This is one of their new Color Riche single shadow in the shade Quartz Fumé. Tati did a haul on these and did a swatch on all of them. She said they were fabulous, and so of course I immediately not wanted, but needed to get a hold of one. This color was the one that immediately attracted my eye. It is sort of a smoky, I mean, it's called quartz fumé, which means quartz smoke in French. So it is like a smoky, grayish, bronzy, browny, minky kind of color, which is a very me kind of color. Maybe I will try, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use these colors together in a, yes! Okay, I'm gonna try and use these colors together in a tutorial for you soon, which is definitely not a spring look going on here, but I've got a gel eyeliner. This is the L'Oreal Lacquer Liner 24-Hour Infallible in the shade Espresso. Again, a Lisa Eldridge inspired purchase. She's used this in black in a few videos, and I think Jaclyn Hill may have used this in a few videos. I know that Jaclyn Hill likes the Maybelline one, which I'm dying to pick up when I run out of this maybe. Or maybe I'll just get that in a different color because you can't have too many gel liners. But I picked up Espresso because I was doing a particular look where I wanted a brown gel liner, and I absolutely love it. It's not waterproof, but I find, oh, you know who else used this? Tati used this. I think that was who made me need this. I feel like she said this was like her favorite drugstore gel liner. Anyways, back on track. It's not waterproof, but it doesn't move while it's on your eye until you're ready to actually take it off, but you don't need like waterproof makeup remover to get it off, if that makes any sense at all. Am I just rambling? Anyways, absolutely great product. I really like it even as like a smudgy base before doing a dark smoky eye. Lots of times I'll use like a black gel liner for that, but if I'm using warmer tones, the dark brown works just as well. Last eye product is the Lancome Art Liner. This I purchased on recommendation of Tanya Burr because she used to use this in every single video as her liquid liner, and I was trying to remember what it was, so I went back and watched a few of her older videos to figure out this was it. And when I did a Lancome order last month, I ended up choosing this because I knew she liked it, and I picked the shade Ice Black because I'm not a big black eyeliner kind of person. I prefer something a little bit softer, and this is sort of a, I used this in a tutorial recently, so I'll just link that so you can see what it looks like. Before I move on to the last big category, which is lips, let's talk about MAC Fix Plus. I mean, who doesn't? Who hasn't used this? I mean, Jaclyn Hill is definitely the person who pushed me over that edge into purchasing that, and Tati as well. Use it for foiling eyeshadows, use it just to give my skin a dewy glow, which I'm absolutely into, and yeah, MAC Fix Plus. Alright, let's finish this off with lips. There are quite a few products in here. I'm going to start with a balm. This is the Elizabeth Arden, the original 8-Hour Cream Skin Protectant. I bought this because of specifically Tanya Burr and Lisa Eldridge, both of whom have used this in plenty of videos. I put it on my lips before bed, and I've had this jar this tube forever, and I don't feel like it's even near empty. I use it all the time. It's amazing and great value for money because you get such a huge tube. Let's talk about the lip that I'm wearing first. This is the Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Color in the shade Seduction. Yes, Seduction. This I bought specifically shade and formula because of Tati. She used this in, I think she did like a hot or not on these, and this was her favorite color of the line. So of course, I had to buy it, especially because I've been so into nude lips recently, and it's perfect. I actually have been meaning to use this in a video, but it lives in my car because I use it that much. So I always forget to go out and grab it before I film, and today I remembered so I could include it in this video. But these last really well on the lips. They're not super drying. They're matte without being like that cakey, crumbly in the lines kind of matte, and they smell divine. Ugh. And over that, just sort of towards the center of the lip, I use a little bit of Afternoon Tea from Tanya Burr. I actually have 4 Tanya Burr lip glosses. I still have all of the old packaging. I haven't run out of these, so I haven't ordered new ones in like the new package with the silver tops. But I have the shades Afternoon Tea, obviously that's what I'm wearing, Exotic Island, Picnic in the Park, and Champagne Toast. So these I will swatch for you so you can see them all together, but these I bought obviously because of Tanya Burr, and I wanted to support her business when she launched it, and I love them. I don't really reach for them all that often. I think of course I wear this nude Afternoon Tea the most, and I used to wear Champagne Toast like every single day. These 2 pinky shades I don't particularly reach for that often, but I mean, the formula on these is great. They're not super sticky, they smell great, they last really well, and they've got a lot of pigment to them. So if you live in the UK and you can get these at your drugstore, I would definitely pick them up. And if you're not in the UK and you want to order them online, I would definitely recommend them as well. And the last product I'm going to talk about is again from Hourglass. This is their, my god, it's so tiny, Opaque Rouge in the color Icon, and this is like the little baby size. I don't wear this often at all because it is a pain in the you-know-what to take off, but it does last for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. I didn't wear this past Halloween, but I wore it the Halloween before that, and I wore it literally from like 8 a.m. until after midnight, and I didn't touch it up a single time, and it was on and it was there. And I bought this because I don't even remember, everyone for a while talked about this. This was like that first liquid to matte lipstick that really started that trend, in my opinion. And I know that I think Jessica Alba wore the like orange one to some awards ceremony, and that kind of kicked it off. And that one I really want, I still want, and I'm okay with that like drying matte lip if it's going to last that long. It's not something I would do every day by any means. It's something that I would more or less wear like once a month on a special occasion, or again sometime when I know that I'm gonna need to wear my makeup from like 8 a.m. until midnight or after. It's something that I would definitely recommend. And that's it. I feel like this video was probably 85 minutes long, and if you enjoyed that, go ahead and give this a thumbs up. Leave me some comments below if there's any products that YouTube made you buy that you think I need to buy and try out. And while you're down there, go ahead and open up the description box, because I've got a link to every single product that I talked about today so that you can purchase them as well if you're interested. Also down there, I've got links to my social media. You can check me out on Facebook. You can also check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, all at JonJonTalks. Click on my face now if you're not already subscribed to my channel so that you can be here every Monday and Thursday, and I'll see you all next time. Bye. I was completely blown away that next morning when I looked in the mirror and my pores were still